The church bells had barely stopped ringing when the little girl's life shattered. At her father's funeral, while she still clutched his photograph with trembling hands, her stepmother whispered the cruelest words. "You're not welcome here anymore." Tears streamed down her face as she was pushed toward the cold streets. But what no one expected was the arrival of a man whose presence would change her life forever, a millionaire with a heart bigger than his fortune. The little girl stood silently by her father's coffin, her small hands gripping his photo as if holding on to the last piece of him. Her stepmother wore black, but her eyes carried no grief, only impatience. Guests whispered condolences, but none noticed the cruelty about to unfold. The girl leaned close to her father's portrait and whispered, "I'll be strong for you, Papa." But as the last prayer ended, her stepmother approached coldly and said, "From today, this is no longer your home." The words cut deeper than the loss itself. Confused and trembling, she looked around for help, but no one spoke. She was just a child, left with nothing but sorrow. Rain began to pour as the stepmother handed her a small worn bag with only a few clothes. "Go and don't come back," she hissed. The girl's heart raced. She had no money, no family, no place to go. She sat on the church steps, shivering as the world seemed to turn its back. Strangers passed by, some pitying, but none stopping to help. Hunger gnawed at her stomach, and loneliness weighed heavier than the raindrops falling on her fragile body. She hugged her knees to her chest and whispered through tears, "Papa, why did you leave me?" Her innocence deserved kindness, but cruelty seemed to follow her every step. Just when despair was about to break her, a sleek black car stopped nearby. From it stepped a tall man in a tailored suit, carrying an aura of quiet authority. People in the street recognized him instantly, a respected millionaire known for his business empire, yet his eyes searched for something more than wealth. As he noticed the girl trembling in the rain, he walked closer. She looked up, startled, her face pale and tear-streaked. "Where is your home, little one?" he asked gently. With a broken voice, she replied, "I don't have one anymore." The man's chest tightened at her words. In her eyes he saw not weakness, but courage fighting against despair. The millionaire knelt beside her, offering his coat, but when he asked her name, his world stopped. She mentioned her father's name, and suddenly, the man's expression changed. He had known her father, once saved by him in the past. Guilt and gratitude collided in his heart. "Your father was a man of honor," he whispered, his voice shaking. "And no daughter of his will be left alone." The girl blinked in disbelief as warmth spread through her chest for the first time since her father's passing. This wasn't just a stranger, this was destiny stepping in when she needed it most. The next morning, the stepmother's face turned pale as the millionaire arrived at the mansion, holding the girl's hand firmly. His commanding voice silenced every cruel word the woman tried to utter. "From now on," he declared, "she is under my protection. You will never hurt her again." The stepmother lowered her gaze, powerless against his authority. For the first time, the girl felt safe. Tears filled her eyes, not of sadness, but of hope. She realized her father's love had not left her. It had returned through the kindness of a man who owed her father his life. That night, as she fell asleep in a warm bed, she whispered, "Thank you, Papa. You kept your promise." And deep within her heart, she knew this was only the beginning of a brighter tomorrow.